Hey guys, this is Paul from DraftScrubs. We're separated over the summer because of school reasons, so that's why content has basically completely evaporated. And I'm just throwing this out as a little update. I'm going to try and produce some content, but I'm really busy right now over the summer, which is kind of weird. And other than that, I don't really know what else is going on. But I've got a quick little Swiss queue in DGM, and I'm going to be trying out the woo technique to drafting this set, which is take all the guild gates, basically. So right now in this pack, the only choice for me is whether or not to take Tristani Summoner or the Gruul Guild Gate. Summoner is incredible, but I'm going to take the gate and pass it. And I don't know if that's right. I could very well be wrong about it, but I think it's necessary to take because I've been noticing that I haven't been wheeling the gatekeepers like I usually do, and so I'm trying to take them a little more highly and then just take gates aggressively later. And you really need them to stabilize. So like in this pack, the choices are at the end between Demir Guild Gate, the Sunspire Gatekeepers, Species Gorger, and the Punish the Enemy. Now, Species Gorger works great with your Gatekeepers and is also just a big fatty to stabilize the board, which is good. Punish the Enemy is just a solid, efficient removal spell. Then the Sunspire Gatekeepers is really quite good as well, and then the Guild Gate is obviously what we need. So let's see if we can figure out what's going to wheel first. So we have one, like, Beautiful Mage is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So like the Gatekeepers has a shot of wheeling, and so does the Guild Gate. So I'm gonna take the Species Gorger and just hope that either the Gate or the Gatekeepers itself wheels. Now this pack, again, we have the Gatekeepers versus Guild Gate pick. Ready and Willing is also can be an insane blowout. So we're gonna have to watch out for that one and remember that it's in the draft. But it's not really something we want. And I'm going to take here, I think I'm going to take the Gatekeepers. I'm going to be trying taking them a little more highly. And then now I'm just going to be snapping gates as often as I can and hoping that some of the other ones wheel. So Runner's Bane is solid removal. The First Blade is quite good against us. And Rakdos Drake is also pretty solid. The Clue Stones I don't mind in this kind of deck, but we have a Guild Gate here, and we're going to snap take it. Now in this pack we have Hunter, which is also quite good. Give Take is solid, and the Sunspire Gatekeepers versus Guild Gate pick again. Now since we don't have any black really right now, I'm going to try and take the Gatekeeper. I'm going to try and take Gatekeepers again, and I'm just going to... I want to end this pack with like 4 or 5 gates, so I'm hoping we don't end up getting screwed over it, and that is a really late Tithe Drinker, a really late Zeratot Druid, and a late Crawl Warrior, but we need these gates. So it sucks that, like, if we were drafting normally, I don't know what I would have taken in that first pack. Probably Scion of V2 Ghazi or something, but like we could have slid into like an insane Naya deck. But I like this strategy a little bit more, guys, and I think you'll like it too. So now we get this pack has basically empty. I mean, we'll take and we'll play the Boros Cluestone, but it's not really what we want. Like, we really wish there was a gate still there. Then now all we're trying to get is more gates and more more Gatekeepers. Ceruli Gatekeepers is actually I think it's the best gatekeep. It's this or Sunspire are the best Gatekeepers, and the reason being is that basically since we're not going to be doing anything really relevant until turn 3 or 4, so having the gain 7 and then the 2/4 to stabilize is insanely valuable. Same thing with the Sunspire. Making that 2/2 Vigilance token to be able to block and help gum up the board is really necessary when we take over with the late game. So these, the Ceruli and the Sunspire Gatekeepers are by far the ones that I want the most. The black one is okay. It can kill things, and if it does, then it's great, but it doesn't always do it, so it's like, it's kind of just meh. You'll play it every time, but it's just not, it's not as good as the other two. The blue one, cantripping, is also quite solid, and I enjoy it, but again, I'd rather have a Ceruli or a Sunspire over it. And then the red one you just don't play, because that's like a more, that kind of effect is not something we need of the stealing of a guy. But right now we have some synergy with the Species Gorger and the Gatekeepers. And then we have, like, looks like we're going to probably end up with only like 3 gates, which is kind of low. It's not exactly where we want to be, but so it means we'll just have to take them a little more aggressively. I don't want to play against Steeple Rock. I mean, he's a fine guy. I might play him. I don't know yet. But he's the only thing that we really wanted out of that pack. Now, I think that the best part, besides it being silly fun, of drafting the 4 or 5 color Gatekeeper deck, is that you get to basically, in the later packs, all you're taking are just absolute bombs, which is you're just taking bombs and high end, and it's really quite good. And sometimes you get past like a bunch of gifts, and I don't know why these Carnage Gladiators are still here. Holy cow, Rakdos must be wide open, because these are insane. But not for us. We're going to take another Cluestone. So this is I generally ended up with like, about 2 or 3 Cluestones. We're a little short on gates. I guess I should have taken some of them over some of these Gatekeepers, but it just means that we're really going to have to take them aggressively in the next packs, which is not a problem, but it can also be annoying, like when you get the pack that has the removal spell you really need, but you can't take it because you need to take the gates for your Gatekeepers, which can sometimes bite you in the butt. But so far we're having a good start, and then Species Gorger is actually just very, very powerful in this deck. Now here we have All for the Guilds is actually good if you're aggressive. Mending Touch is an okay trick. Wake is unplayable. Drown Filth is really bad. Like, it doesn't really kill much, and we don't really want that. So we'll take the Hired Torturer. I mean, he's a solid defensive guy, which is fine. And then he can kill them if you're just left alone long enough. So in a gummed up board, he's also quite good. Now here the choice is between Mind Static and Rectos Drake, and we will never play the Drake, so I'll take the Mind Static and hide it immediately, because we might use it in the sideboard. Now here we have a Demir Cluestone or a Bane Alley Blackguard. The Blackguard is a fine 2-drop, so we're going to take it. I don't think we need the 3rd Cluestone. I would rather have the 1/3, which can really help against the like if we go up against something that's heavy aggro, we can play this guy as he's a good early play to help just slow down so we take less damage. Because all we want to do is just gum up the board and we'll win the late game.